morning, Countryside. I'm Katie Fontana, and this is UPC. Family and friends of a man who recently suffered a fractured skull are speaking out about delays in care from a local hospital they believe made his condition worse. Donnie Smith had just thrown a pitch when a line drive hit him in the head. A teammate took him to the nearest emergency room, which was at the medical center of Trinity about 2 miles south of the ballpark. Donnie got to Trinity at 7:46 p.m. By 8:20, they knew he had a fractured skull and a brain bleed. By 9:16, a doctor signed a transfer order, and the surgical team was placed on standby, 13 miles away at the Bayonet Point Trauma Center. By 10 o'clock, Donnie's heart rate had dropped under 40 beats a minute. Donnie's blood pressure spiked and his pulse was dropping. The ER team rushed him to another room and put him to sleep. Records show that finally 2.5 hours after he first arrived and an hour after the doctor signed a transfer, the first call was made from Trinity to Pasco County EMS for an ambulance. Donnelly finally got to Bayonet Point at 11:25, 4 hours after the softball fractured his skull. Donnie is out of the hospital, but his brain is still bleeding. He now has memory, speech, and other problems. The family hopes that the next time a trauma patient needs a transfer, there won't be delays.
California's decision to legalize pot has resulted in numerous changes. Among them is the way police dogs are trained. These canines will no longer be on the hunt for pot, just harder intoxicants. Meet Lance, Roseville Police Department's 2-year-old German Shepherd canine officer. Lance will soon become Roseville's first canine drug-sniffing dog that will not alert his handler to the scent of marijuana, only heroin, cocaine, and meth. Lance is Roseville's solution to the problem California created for law enforcement when it legalized pot. The decision created an industry of overqualified drug-sniffing dogs. Besides Lance, Roseville plans to bring on 3 other new drug-sniffing dogs for their illegal drug searches. Until then, canines currently on the force will be kept out of drug searches and only used in other law enforcement roles. There will be a meeting for FBLA members attending State Leadership Conference this upcoming weekend after school on Wednesday in room A7. Please see Mr. Felt for details. Florida Future Educators are sponsoring the Kona Ice Truck and will be out in the student parking lot right after school on Tuesday and Thursday this week and next. The Kona Ice Cups range in price from $3 to $6. All flavors of delicious shaved ice and in a variety of sizes.
In entertainment, Chase has news on pie. Chase?
Thanks, Katie. All you math lovers and pie lovers will be able to satisfy their sweet tooth tomorrow, which is Pie Day. Here's where you can find discounts on pie or free pies altogether. Boston Market and Cece's Pizza Buffet offer coupons for 1 free pot pie at a discounted or a discount buffet, respectively. Eastlake Community Library will have free pie from 11:30 a.m. to 2:30 p.m. tomorrow. Publix will have free samples of key lime pie, and Village Inn will offer up to $2 off their whole pies. That's all I have in entertainment. Now back to the news desk.
Thanks, Chase. Authorities say a Florida woman slipped out of her handcuffs and bit a deputy on the leg. Hillsborough County Sheriff's deputies were arresting 19-year-old Alexander Roque for grand theft inside a food store earlier this week. As they tried to handcuff him, authorities say Ellen Pride tried to reach her hand into his pocket. When stopped, Ellen became combative, wriggled out of her handcuffs, and bit the deputy through his uniform pants, breaking the skin. Deputies say Roque was placed in leg shackles and kicked the door of the patrol car so hard that it bowed away from the frame. He also allegedly threatened to fight and kill the officers. Both of these people faced charges resisting the officers with violence and battery on law enforcement officers.
Laurie White was a country music star and a Dunedin native. Her life was cut short after losing a battle with cancer. Now her former classmates and city officials are honoring her life with a special dedication along the Pinellas Trail. It wasn't a surprise when White broke into the country music scene in the early 1990s. And of course, everyone back home was rooting for her. White has created multiple albums, earned producing credits, and won 3 Grammys, not to mention a stint on Broadway and several movie appearances. By the age of 52, it seemed that White had done it all and was still performing live, which is why her cancer diagnosis this past September took everybody by surprise. Sadly, White passed away in January, but her classmates and the city are seeing to it that her memory lives on. They have dedicated a gazebo to her, a place where old friends can go and talk. A dedication ceremony will be held at the gazebo on June 10th, located behind the Dunedin History Museum. That's all we have for you today on UPC.
Thank you for watching and have a great day, Countryside.